Hello, fellow pondologists. Welcome to the third episode of the Species Spotlight. In this series, we are doing a deep dive into the specifics of managing some of the most exciting and sought-after game fish for your pond. You'll get the specialized knowledge and my own tried and true strategies, whether you're dreaming of dinner plate crappies or a hard-fighting smallmouth bass fishery. You'll have exactly what you need to confidently manage your pond. Each episode is a deep dive into one specific game fish and their allies. Allies meaning what other species they do well with and their preferred forage species. We'll cover their unique needs, stocking strategies, how to create their perfect habitat, and how to manage their populations to reach your goals. Goals give direction, but systems make progress. And for each fish species, we've got a system for you. So make sure that notepad is handy because we're jumping right into the secrets of growing your dream fishery. Ever wish for crappie that grew fast but didn't take over your entire pond with a million tiny offspring? Well, let me introduce you to our episode 3 species, the hybrid crappie. These designer fish are a cross between a black and white crappie, and they are gaining huge popularity, and here's why. Faster growth and often lower reproduction rates make them a fantastic, more manageable option for many pond owners. They are an excellent complementary species for anyone's pond that is looking for an additional tasty fish to catch, or a perfect standalone species for crappie enthusiasts. Let's talk about their optimum conditions. For temperature, crappie are warm water fish, just like their parent species. Spawning usually starts in the spring when water temperatures reach 60 to 70 degrees. They'll grow best in warm water, but big sudden temperature swings or super hot water for too long can stress them out. For clarity, hybrid crappie, much like black crappie, tend to do best in clearer water. They hunt by sight, so muddy water makes it tough for them to effectively feed. Plus, clearer water helps largemouth bass keep the hybrid crappie numbers in check. Even though they reproduce less, some control is still good. Aim for at least 24 inches of visibility. For dissolved oxygen or DO, the general rule for warm water fish is to keep DO above 5 parts per million. Below that, they can get stressed or it can be lethal. Be extra watchful in hot weather or if you have a lot of algae, as DO can drop, especially at night. Aeration can eliminate the chances of an oxygen-related fish kill. For pH, generally maintaining a pH between 6.5 and 8.5 is a good rule of thumb. Extreme pHs are bad for the fish health and the water quality. Regular testing is also a good idea. Also, checking the alkalinity of your pond will help determine whether or not the pH is well buffered. Maintaining an alkalinity of 50 parts per million is a critical component to a healthy pond. When the alkalinity is below 50, the pH has a tendency to fluctuate a lot, go up and down throughout the day due to photosynthetic activity. Big swings in pH can cause fish to get really stressed out and make them more vulnerable to diseases and infections, and it can inhibit growth. In the Ultimate Pond Management Playbook, you'll learn everything you need to know about water quality, parameters, and how to make corrective actions to improve your pond's water quality. Just like their black and white crappie cousins, hybrids need structure. Fallen trees, brush piles, artificial habitat, you name it. These give them places to hide, shady spots to relax, and great ambush points for hunting. Put these structures in at different depths. You want shallow habitat for good spawning cover and deeper areas for thermal refuge during the summer and the winter time. A moderate coverage of aquatic plants is beneficial. Keep vegetation coverage around 20%, no much more less. Plants offer cover for the young fish and make homes for the insects and invertebrates that smaller hybrids feast on, but too much vegetation can make it hard for your hybrids to hunt effectively. Also, if there's too many weeds, it inhibits largemouth bass to effectively control your crappie abundance. Hybrids are nest builders too. When the water temperature approaches around 60 degrees, the males will build nests in shallow areas on gravel, sand, or firm mud, often near structure or plants. Even though their main perk is less reproduction, giving them some nice spots to spawn will help sustain the population. You can add gravel beds or weighted tubs with gravel in them in shallow areas to help them out. Hybrid crappie have similar tastes to their parents, and their diet changes as they grow. Zooplankton and small aquatic insects are their first meals as fry and small individuals. As they get bigger, they graduate up to larger insects, crustaceans, and eventually small fish. Adults are mainly piscivorous, which means they eat other fish. Small forage fish such as fathead minnows, shad, small sunfish, they're just some top choices. You do need a good supply of bite-sized forage in your pond. You might even need to stock forage fish like fathead minnows, golden shiners, or threadfin shad. Generally, try to avoid stocking gizzard shad in crappie ponds since they can outgrow the gape width of the crappie and actually distract the bass from controlling younger, smaller crappie. Getting the stocking right for your hybrids is key to avoiding headaches down the road. Recommended stocking rates, for ponds with an established bass population, I usually stock 50 to 100 adult crappie per acre for a good starting point. For new ponds, 100 to 150 fingerlings per acre in the fall or spring can also work. Although I don't recommend it, some pond owners managing specifically for hybrids might go up to 200 fingerlings per acre. Only do this if ample forage is available and there's a well-established predator population there. Fingerlings versus adults, stocking adults means they'll reach catchable sizes faster and get a spawn off sooner, and good for ponds with an established adult bass population. Fingerlings are cheaper and they actually acclimate well from a young age and are best for new ponds or where predators aren't a huge concern. Stock in cooler water in the spring or the fall. If I had to choose which season to stock them, I'd go with the fall stocking. They usually seem to do better when stocked in the fall. The largemouth bass are vital for controlling hybrid numbers. Even with reduced reproduction, some control is essential for a high quality hybrid crappie population. Bluegill are one of the main prey sources for adult hybrids, but young hybrids and bluegill compete for certain prey items such as insects and other macroinvertebrates. Stock appropriate forage fish like fathead minnows, golden shiners, and threadfin shad to provide them with a diverse forage base. Even with lower reproduction, you still need to manage their abundance. Monitor their health and abundance by seining, cast netting, and angler surveys. It's important to watch the health and abundance of your bass, bluegill, and other bait fish too. They all tell a part of the story. Check out the Ultimate Pond Management Playbook on our website to learn how to accurately sample your pond and make insightful management decisions based on what you find. A healthy largemouth bass population is your number one tool. Protect those medium-sized bass. If stunting occurs, more drastic measures like pond renovation and restocking might be necessary, or aggressive angler harvest. Stalking other top-end predators such as wipers and sawguy are a key tactic that I implement in ponds that I manage. You can stalk them and not have to worry about them getting overpopulated because the wipers are sterile and the sawguy are technically not 100% sterile, but it's very, very rare that they have a successful spawn and have offspring recruit. If you're interested in stalking sawguy in your pond, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notified the next time an episode is released, because we will be discussing one of my favorite and arguably most tasty species, the sawguy, in our next episode. If you gained something from this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Doing that helps grow this channel so I can keep making these videos for you guys. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments and let me know if there's anything or something else that you're interested in that you'd like me to cover in another video. If you really want to take your pond knowledge to the next level, you'll have to check out the Ultimate Pond Management Playbook. Click on the link in the description to enroll or go to pondology101.com. Now remember, you don't need a PhD or a master's degree to master the science of pondology. It's your pond, so don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. You can create your dream pond. You can be your own biologist.